The Off-Field Drama podcast is proudly brought to you by Forex, and we'll be sipping it all week long into Magic Round. We call it Magic Week here at the Caxton. Birdo, ginger beer, how is it?
I tell you what, shareholders, it's as good as a bluebird on a Friday morning in the Olympic City. Wrap your lips around a Forex Gold and just know you're in for a good time.
Yeah, gold into the new ginger beers, the orange cans, the claws on them. Kind of tiger-like. I don't like it, but
wow.
It's all right. Oh, freaky.
That's what they'll make you do, shareholders. They'll make you get up and about.
Drink Forex.
Where's the Queensland spirit now?
Oh, yeah, we're playing it. It's all right. We'll rip right in. Welcome to the Off-Field Drama podcast. I'm Sauce.
I am Berkey.
What a week. What a few weeks we've had.
We had a spell.
Yeah, we did. We had to spell.
Freshen up. It was like Chris Waller. He wanted to tune us up and he said, you know what, we're just kind of dawdling at the moment and we just need a spell for 1 week because there's been a lot of public holidays, and with public holidays comes an effing long time. And when I say effing long time, I mean we tend to get into our work.
Yeah. I did actually for once get into my work on a weekend. It's unusual.
Unusual.
You know, I haven't had a Saturday, Sunday off in a while, and for good reason, for my sister's 50th down in Tallabudra in Burleigh.
Tally.
Burleigh way. Yeah, stayed down at the Burleigh Beach Tower.
Shout out to the good people of Burleigh and Tally.
Yeah, it was good. Went to the beach, had a few beers there, and then drove out, left the car there, got bogged.
Got bogged?
For a little bit, yeah. Got the nephew drove us home at 3 a.m. It was good. Did his duty well.
Well done, nephew. Obviously driving responsibly, which is
I reckon
key.
I sank a very close. There was a few other people drinking a whole bottle of Bundy with a few beers and a few cocktails. I was blind responsibly.
That's what Bundaberg rum does to you. Not only will it send you sideways, but it'll break marriages.
You know when you have it, mine's strong, funnily enough.
You what?
Mine's strong.
What do you mean yours is strong?
My marriage.
Oh, well.
But you know when
welcome to Married at First Sight.
You know when you drink it and it usually you do go a bit sideways, you get a bit angry. Yeah. I don't at all. Like, it's weird.
Well,
I'm fine.
You get angry on fucking water these days.
I feel like I could drink it though, like until the cows come home with Bundy. There's something about it.
That's a scary proposition. There's a lot of people out there that should not be taking this on and saying, well, if Sauce can do it, I can do it, because that's just not the case.
No, it's not. You definitely. You're not a dark spirit guy, are you?
Nah. Well, I mean, I'm happy to have a little whiskey on the rocks later in the night, but by that point, I don't even know what I'm drinking.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I lost my virginity to dawn services on Friday.
Did ya?
Yeah, lost my V's and did it at no better place.
30 years.
Took me 30 years, that's right. But I had to pay my respects eventually to the diggers. And let's not think that I haven't in the last 30 years paid it. But formally, I went to the Currumbin Dawn Service, which is the goat of go-to dawn services.
A lot of people.
Thousands.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mate, absolutely chock-a-block down there.
You get goosebumps and
absolutely
emotional.
Yeah. No, it was very sentimental down there. Had Albo was down there.
Right.
Even, you know who was down there? Shervo and his big hammer.
Big Shervo. Was he swinging it around?
He was swinging it around. I just wanted to yell out there and say, get that sword out for the diggers, Shervo. But he was suit and tie, the big fella. But no, it was honestly awesome, eh? It was raining a bit, and then took my talents to the Greenmount Surfy.
Yeah, is that the one?
It's on the beach there. I'll quickly tell you a funny story actually at the Greenmount Surfy. So roll in, and I catch eyes with Matty Moylan.
Oh yeah, Moyser.
Looks
now, like Shervo.
Yeah, he's got a bit of Shervo in him. Not the hog that Shervo's got.
Did you know that?
Nah, well, I'll carry on. I'll tell you what. So anyway, and I'm with a shareholder. I go, mate, I think that's fucking Matty Moylan. Anyway, we walk past the table. There must have been 10 to 16 of them. And I roll in. We walk past, confirm it's Matty Moylan. About half an hour later, I need to go take a piss. And I go to take a piss, and I'm sitting in the like walking in the toilets, and my mate's walking in with me, and we're on the trough there, and obviously eyes on your own work.
Yeah.
And he goes, fuck, I think that was Matty Moylan. And I go, mate, if that was fucking Matty Moylan, I'd put one on his fucking chin. No. He's like, oh yeah. I was like, mate, he's a fucking New South Weasel. I'd put one on his chin. Anyway, after I've siphoned the python, who comes out of the cubicle? Matty fucking Moylan.
Did he hear you?
Looks at me and starts giggling, right? And I'm like, you are fucking kidding me. I've just been ear bashing this prick, taking a piss how I'm going to put one on his chin.
Did you do it?
Well, then we know. So then half an hour later, we're at the bar.
fucking loser.
Matty Moylan's there. I go up to him. He goes, you're the fucking bloke that thinks he can put one on my chin. He's like, go on, mate. If you want to fucking throw down, we can throw down. Jokingly, got a photo with the big fella. He didn't have the fucking stones to meet me in the car park, Matty. But
I reckon
anyway.
he'd have your number, Moiser.
Huh?
I reckon he'd have your number.
Oh, I think he'd be lucky if he got one close to me.
Where's he playing now?
Where is he, Pete? Do you know?
I thought he was in the
playing
UK.
Nah, he's back. He's playing for Palm Beach Currumbin, I believe.
Jesus.
So, Matty.
All from grace.
If
He's still young,
I think
isn't
he's
he?
retired. Nah, he'd be...
He'd be early 30s.
early. Oh, did he win a
Real
premiership
bad
with the
hammies.
Sharks?
No.
Was he?
He was at Penrith at that time.
came
I think.
afterwards.
He's 33.
33.
Okay, fair enough.
So, I mean, we're kind of in the same age bracket. And, Matty, if you're listening, I'm still here, baby. I got a fucking... It ain't a glass chin, I can assure you.
Glass
that.
nose.
Well,
That nose would be shattered if
I
you got it.
tell you what, if anyone had the fucking smarts, they'd go straight for this schnoz. And if you couldn't punch my schnoz, then you got a terrible fucking aim. There's enough fucking area to bloody park a helicopter on
Big honker.
Big honker. But, mate,
Yeah.
that was my little Anzac Day.
Anzac Day here was good. We had two up at the in the Cauldron, and then like the dawn services with the, you know how they do the ode and the what is it they do the
Last post.
the last post, sorry, before the games. Very eerie in the pub. We stopped two up to, obviously, you know, that's
Do
why
it.
you got Anzac Day on to commemorate that, and it was done very well, except a lady out the front who decided to keep talking, and one of our locals said, can you just shut up?
Good.
Like for one moment, like it's a minute. Like, and she goes, oh, we've already been to the dawn service this morning. He's like, it's not the point, just shut up.
Yeah.
And he's going at her, and like her whole family are going shh, like to her.
Fuck.
Like fucking like grow
Grow
fucking
up.
head. Like,
I tell you what, we
but
should
then
make...
we did it every other game as well, you know?
Yeah, well, that's good.
You know, yeah.
We should make that for Abby Chatfield full time and just tell her it's the last post is playing, so she has to shut the fuck up.
Well,
Ring a ding ding. Abby, it's fucking magic round, baby, and we are into it. I tell you what, the Broncos, you know, before we get into what was a fantastic week, the Broncos set up for the last post was fucking sick with all the soldiers.
yeah, that was
a
sick. So
nice
was the
touch.
the
and
Reds,
the lights with the cameras.
the Reds one. The Reds one was cool. I do want to say though as well, about Anzac Day. You know how I posted that thing about the guy who was at the RSL, that John Farquhar, not related to you, John. He's a veteran, so tip your hat off to him. But he's the president of that. I think it was the North Bondi RSL or somewhere like that.
Yeah, righto, something along
some
those
fairy.
lines.
But he doesn't want two up. He doesn't like two up.
Yeah,
So
what's the go there?
He said that it's not within the spirit of Anzac Day because people aren't celebrating it for the right reasons or recognising it for the right reasons, which, I mean, I get it, but like that's a part of our culture.
Yeah.
Like as Australians, and with the Diggers probably played it. Would they
they
want two up
punted.
to be going still? Fucking oath they would.
Mate,
Yeah. You know,
culture.
But I was thinking, you know, people who say Australia, we've got no culture. Did you forget about the footy and how good that all of the like the build up to it, like you said,
Yeah.
that's culture. Sinking
Fuck
piss
yeah.
at the pub with your mates, having a bet, that's
a good
culture.
bet
Having a
too.
good win,
Yeah,
which I
good
did.
win.
But like, I just think it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
like, it actually
well,
pisses me off.
It pisses me off too, and you know, some of those people. What we do here is we allow them to talk, but do we
don't
let
listen.
it? Do we let
We
it
don't-
sink in? I know, like it's given me, you know what vibes.
Yeah.
Oh wait, ABC. I'm gonna go in on. I'm in a mood. I tell you what, we were getting stuck into her at work, and it's carried on. But look, I tell you what, let's not fucking waste any time
Yeah.
because. Mate, those Brisbane Broncos,
Yeah, they were special.
our Brisbane Broncos,
They were very special.
what they did was they announced themselves
Yeah.
in so many different ways. Can I just quickly give you my quick little
Go.
summary on
Go,
it?
go,
Because I've got a little bit here because you couldn't have started Anzac weekend any better.
No. Not without a Brisbane Bronco.
No. Number one, and we said it on this amazing podcast, doggies will not play prelims. They're an absolute fraud. Now, anyone can come at me as much as they... You can come at me if you want to come at me.
Don't want to come here. I just want to... I'll agree with you that they haven't played a top 8 side until that night.
Right.
The Sharks aren't a top 8 side yet, are they? Because that was the first game that they played that they beat. You look at the rest of the sides they played, they're shit house. They're fucking shit house 6 in a row. Like, they've had the bye, I think, as well.
They're a fraud. They're an absolute fraud. Number two, trial form counts. Because we fucking
dusted it.
dotted them,
50 to 12.
bent
wasn't it?
them over backwards in the trials, and then came out on Anzac Day and said, you know what, we're actually going to continue bending you over
continue-
because we haven't
yeah.
finished splurging all over you.
We'll continue bulldogging you.
Bulldogging
Continue
you.
raw dogging.
Yeah, raw dogging
Big
you
humping.
fucking bulldog
and,
Richie
and that,
style.
that was a humping, a thumping.
That was a humping. And you know why? Because Broncos were horny.
And we win in the wet. I've said it a million times.
Exactly.
And fucking who's big Andrew John? What did he say?
Oh,
AJ? The king?
The old eighth immortal. He must be 2 for 2 with coming out with the dumbest comments
Broncos
this
don't
year.
play good in the wet. Fuck up, Andrew. Stick to your fucking Knights. They're going well.
Yeah, they're going real good in fucking Newcastle, old Andrew John's the eighth immortal. So he's a peanut number 2. Number 3, Ben Hunt doesn't have 2 bad games in a row.
No, never. He was. You could tell that he was pissed.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, you could tell he wears his heart in his sleeve and he listens.
I'd go as close to saying I have never seen a more clinical half of rugby in torrential rain as I did at my cauldron last Thursday night.
To put on 34 in the first half was insane in that weather.
Against the so-called best defensive team in the NRL.
They virtually said, how's your defence now? You're in fucking Suncorp, in Brisbane, in the cauldron, in the arena, the Coliseum.
The Coliseum, baby.
The Brisbane Coliseum.
What was really concerning about the doggies is they showed no respect for the diggers. And that's a telling sign to me. That's a telling sign that they showed no respect because our diggers would have fucking backs up against the wall against who knows whatever country we fought against when it's bucketing down rain. And they...
Hold up. Which war are we talking?
Well, whatever
You tell me. This needs to be pointed out.
Whatever war we got to relate this to.
Who did we fight in World War II?
We fought them all, didn't we?
Who was the main country?
Oh, you got me, mate. History was one of my good subjects at school.
Clearly.
I'll tell you what.
You should know this for a reason. For a special reason.
We must have fought the Germans.
Yeah. Good job. Well done.
Deutsches.
Yeah.
And what the doggies showed me is that
they supported the Germans.
They actually might have been an ally to the Germans. Because that was fucking pathetic what they... honestly, if I was a digger and I was a doggies fan...
You'd be pissed.
I'd be fucking... And I also wouldn't be eating kebabs for this week. There'd be no kebabs. All kebabs...
The poor kebab shop up on Caxton Street's fucked now.
Mate, it should be burned down or closed for the next 2
They're
weeks.
serving bulldog patties.
Seriously. Fifthly, I don't know where I'm at in this, but I want to know how much real estate Red Hill owns of Bankstown. Because Red Hill must own Bankstown after
They
that.
do now.
We must have. We bought it cheap as fuck.
Yeah, we did.
Because there's no way it's expensive real estate in Bankstown. And Red Hill has so much fucking money.
Let's clip this up.
Yeah, you fired up, Bull. I love that.
Fired up because that was
5 reasons from Bert.
5 reasons from Bert. And I mean, I don't know. Can you give me a price on the Broncos after that, Pib?
They're $6.50 and dogs are still 6. Which I mean, how does that get justified?
You're kidding
me. We got
me.
Ezra out, we got Walsh out, which I mean, if you got 2 of your guns out and coming back, that's a dangerous sign. Do we need them? Probably not.
Probably not. Another thing is,
do we want them? Yeah.
No,
How are Cronulla still 10-1?
Oh yeah, they can fucking shut.
On the fourth
The
line of
competition is now between the Melbourne Storm and the Broncos officially. It is officially between those 2 teams.
Yep.
There is
has
no
to
other
be.
team that will win it except, I will say, the Raiders.
Yeah.
The Raiders are my dark horse, smoky fucking dog.
But to be fair, if they do that against a good side,
Yeah, it won't happen.
yesterday,
That was impressive.
I'm sorry to say this, but I also don't have the Raiders as a threat in 2020.
I don't have them as a threat, but I have them as like you keep them in the back of your head. You don't want to play them in like a prelim.
Fuck no.
You don't want to play them in a prelim.
you don't want to play them round 1.
Yeah. You want to be fucking playing
Forward
the Dragons or something. You
It
don't know
is a
that-
wild competition.
Yeah. I don't think there's anyone else that's winning it between those 2 sides.
I'd be honestly shocked. Like if I could have a box Quinella,
Yeah.
where I actually only
Yeah.
need one of them to win.
Well, if you pick your grand final sides, which you can do to make the grand final, I don't know if you can multi it or not, but you go the Broncos Storm, whatever price.
Well, the issue is if they
check that out, Trell, if you can find that.
Oh well, it'd be short as anything.
They got to be 1 and 2, which
You just don't want the Broncos and the Storm to fall on the same side.
but they have to finish 1 and 2 for that to be a net complete.
It can change her up with the prelims and stuff.
with the
like that.
prelims
Yeah.
if they lose and whatnot.
But they wouldn't.
You wouldn't-
$5 that is.
Yeah,
For the 2 to make the final.
Yeah.
That honestly,
That's not bad money.
that's not bad money.
it's
I've bought shit at
Right.
kebabs for that price, and that's under
$5 back at Chermside in the day.
yeah, they were.
A
fucking-
Manly halfback on track?
I
Or
would
Penrith
like
just
to
that
think
bad?
so.
No.
I'll say this much. I'll go as far as saying I'm more worried about a full strength Manly side than I am about a full strength Raiders side.
When they're humming at Brookvale.
They played the Panthers,
Yeah.
We-
who were coming last. They've won 1 game, boys.
Yeah, that blows
the Panthers
my.
have won 1 game.
Well, and
2 games? Sorry.
That is honestly baffling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like-
It's like
Let's think something like
it's now also clear that they are not winning the comp. And they're not even going to be. I don't think they'll make the 8.
I don't think they'll make
oh, they'll be lucky
Yeah.
to make the.
I reckon they're completely done. Like four in a row. See you later.
Well, that origin period is going to be
It's going to
tough
be
for 'em.
really
Yeah.
interesting.
I do have mail as well while we're on Manly.
Just give it to us, Saucy.
DCE will pen with the Chooks
Yeah.
for a mozza.
Where
For
are
a,
they getting this
for a
from?
Cooper Cronk mozza.
Surely
Well, he
they're
ain't-
getting rid of CT7 now.
He ain't penning.
CT7 got CTE. He forgot how to play football.
Mate, and he gave it to himself by putting on rugby
Yeah.
boots.
Tell you who does maybe have it is Nas, big fella.
Well, that's right.
Which you're
and
wearing a Nelson Asofa Solomona
The-
200 shirt.
The pit's given me a Nelson Solifamona.
Yeah. Can you say that again?
Nelson Solifamona.
A sofa Solomona.
Whatever. Nelson, it's Magic Round, and let me tell you, shareholders, it's a festival of love.
Yeah.
And it's a festival of footy. Like, we're coming to you live and exclusive on
Free to wear.
Free to wear, and on 4K, I do
Yeah.
believe. And I was taking my talents home along Howard Smith, and I'm already seeing people in their rugby league jerseys.
Yeah.
Now, if that's not 6 to midnight material stuff, I honestly don't know what will get you there.
That's one of the cooler things that you see is all the different jerseys that people wear on Magic Round. I actually forgot about that. Because
It's awesome.
It's people who genuinely, they're the biggest lovers of league in Australia that come interstate to the game, to the Caxton, I see. And it's a week of rugby league. It's not the round. It's actually like it's begun. The week has begun. Magic
underway.
Week has begun.
Totally.
And you're right. The jerseys are the cool thing.
Jersey,
'Cause
mate.
it's just it's a rainbow of jerseys.
It's
It's a
fucking
rugby league
sick.
rainbow.
It is
It's
a rugby, mate. It is a rugby
Yeah.
league rainbow. What did we think on the crackdown And we can call it a crackdown or we don't call it a crackdown. Our eighth immortal, who's obviously got rocks in his head, who's just had some of the most great opinions so far that have just been so far from the point. Look, at the end of the day, some of them are high.
He raised a good point. I saw what he was talking about.
Well, take me there.
I think that
because he hasn't raised a good point all year in 2020.
No, he hasn't. But he's raised a decent point about this because I agree with what he said about the bunker coming into the game too much, going back like 10 plays like they do with Union, which I can't fucking stand.
I get that.
How they do that, and they slow the game down, they stop the game, they look at it. It's like soccer with the VAR. Like they look back ages ago. Like if call it if it's like a complete red card and foul play, like someone's been legit eye gouged or something like that. But if the ref is watching the game and these two buddies on the sideline that seem to not be doing anything.
Well, they're blind.
They're blind touchies every game. They must be. Like do we go to the Red Hill Special School or Aspley Special School and get the blind kids? They grow up as touchies?
Honestly.
Because that seems to be what
no.
What the go is in the NRL.
Hang on. No. Well, with all due respect, what we're trying to say is I think they could do a better job.
Absolutely.
Well, I feel like they know that they could. Do they need a whistle to speak up?
Well,
do they need a buzzer? Like, what do they do? How do they get the ref's attention? Oh, that was forward. Should I do something? Fuck, it's spit past it. Might let it go. Might cost the team a game.
Those touch judges, for crying out loud, could honestly help the game so much better.
What are they there for?
If they knew what to do.
What do you think they like?
Well, they obviously, like, when you start a new job and you go through, like, your onboarding and your whatnot, there honestly must not be, like, a manual for touch judges. Like, they don't have a training program for touch judges.
Like, what are they taught at training?
Well, they're not, I don't know what they're taught,
told?
but it's clearly taught. Like, some of the shit that goes on Ronaldo Molitalo, he should be Did you watch that yesterday?
Nah.
He told his poor captain to go upstairs for a high tackle challenge.
Oh!
There was
he got slapped in the face.
It was a dead set.
It was a push.
Oh, my God,
it was a pat. It was an accidental pat.
The bunker should come in and actually
penalise Ronaldo.
For being a fucking idiot.
They got it right there, the bunker. But I think back to that point, I think that they're intervening way too much. And I think the crackdown is obviously... It's something that the NRL and the referees or whatever have spoken about prior to the competition starting, and it's peaked. It's peaked in this round. Like the fact that Satili Tupanua need
insane.
Like MMA need the fuck out of Brendan Piakura's head gets, I think. Maybe look it up. I think he got 2 weeks for that.
He got 4 weeks.
No. He got 2 weeks for the knee, and then he got 3 weeks for the high tackle. And like the knee to the head should be an immediate send off and should be minimum 5 weeks because it was intentional, which is what all of the shoulder charges. I don't think that they're really intentional. Like you're going in to hurt someone at every tackle. You obviously don't want to get him in the head, but it's an accident. Satili Tupanua's knee to his head was 100% intentional.
Shout out to Brendan Piakura because he got fucking hit in the... It was like a doppelhead hit.
He always wears headgear too. Or usually wears headgear. I don't think that would have helped, but...
Dana White would have seen Satili Tupanua and said, brother, I might get you in the middleweight class.
We need you for the middleweight. So I was thinking that too.
Like, fair dinkum, that was... But did you notice he kneed him in the head and then he got him with a second knee?
Yeah.
It was a dual knee. It was a double knee. We're in uncharted territory in the National Rugby.
He's running around like he's knee button midgets.
Mate, seriously. But those Bulldogs, like, if you want me to keep going, what a bunch of cowards when you're losing to just, play the game.
Yeah.
Like, just because you're getting pants doesn't mean you need to start doing all this stupid high tackle shit.
I agree with that. Can you confirm, did Reid Marnie start? Good Queenslander. Did he start in that Bulldogs game?
Yeah, but then he got taken off and they didn't want to bring him back on because I listened to the press conference. The guy that came on created a bit of energy.
Right.
And they were like, there's no need to...
But the other thing with that Tupanua one, they actually went and looked at it. So the bunker had a good look and worked out that it was not a sin bin. How the fuck?
Was it not? Did he even get sin binned?
No.
I think that's a send off. I think a knee to the
It's a
face
minimum
like that.
sin, yeah.
A knee to the face like that is like it's intentional.
Correct.
It's purely intentional, and the fact that he was tackling him low, it plays into it. But he need him in the head with like he raised his knee up like fucking.
Yeah, no, you get him running at Warrnambool tomorrow in the steeplechase is the way he got his knee
How
up.
good is the bull?
I tell you what, back Rick McIntosh over with how good is the bull because he was an absolute moral. But in all honesty, I actually don't have an issue with the high tackles. Like when you actually see him, some of the
They're pretty
shoulders
bad.
to heads.
Yeah.
Like the Bulldogs Broncos game was out. There was one. Billy Walters got absolutely clobbered by Burton.
Yeah.
And didn't get called. My thing is it's always the great word with the rugby league and referees. It's consistency.
I got to give a good
so
shout out to Billy Walters on this
Jeez, he had a
pod
good game.
because he has told all the people who said you're only in the team because your dad to go and get fucked because he's now starting again and he's honestly, call me a fool, but if he's playing better than Reid Marnie.
Well, he's playing better.
You've got Ben Hunt as your Origin 9. I will go there. I reckon Dearden's a moral for 14. Billy Walters ain't far from that 14. Who else would you put there?
Dearden's a moral for 14. Well, Ponga's a moral for fullback.
Yeah.
So you got DCEs going around again.
He's starting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with-
He's starting with Munster.
money, yeah.
Or Max Plath at 14. Don't mind that.
Not sure about that.
I mean, that's who else would you put?
I mean, I get the Dearden. I mean, I understand that he's in the ring. His name
Dearden had 5 try assists and 200 run meters on.
His name's in
Saturday night.
his name's in the hat.
Dearden is a moral for 14.
It's a talking point.
I reckon there's a big chance.
Is in like yes, what you're saying.
Origin's only a month away, boys.
Yeah, we look. You know, we're a little tickled.
Virtually a month away on Wednesday.
Yeah, well, yeah. Fuck, it's good.
Actually, virtually a month away today. It's the 28th of May, isn't it?
Yeah, good win by my mighty Tigers at Leichhardt, packed house, Sunday afternoon footy.
Your Tigers.
Well,
from the
you know,
West.
I've just got a soft spot for those fucking West Tigers.
I think the penalty was dumb as dog shit.
It was a penalty.
Yeah, it was, but
Fucking
just
oath.
dumb as dog shit.
It was dumb.
Like, what are you trying to do?
I'll tell you what was even dumber was the fact that the Sharks hooker, what's his name off my top of my head? Brayley, on tackle 4, decided 10 metres out to give a forward hit up and didn't allow Hines to have enough space, hence why he got charged down.
Yeah.
You can't be waiting for tackle 5. It's too predictable.
Hines hates winning close footy games. He hates being a clutch player.
Well,
Well, to be
Tigers,
fair, he nearly nailed it from halfway.
yeah, that was fucking
Nearly ain't getting it,
Yeah,
though.
I mean, Tigers did a good job of blowing that.
Like
too.
the Blues nearly won 8 times, but
Yeah,
they,
that's true. Yeah, a loss is a loss. They look good for Lockie Galvin, you know?
Yeah,
He played well too.
Yeah, like nice work from the young 19-year-old kid.
I just can't tip the Tigers.
Nah.
Yeah, well,
I just can't tip
it
them.
showed-
That try saver on Hazleton was fucking
that
unreal.
was unreal.
And that's the shit you want to see him doing while he's in a team of cunts that don't like him.
Galvin, yeah. He'll galvanise them.
What about our Dolphins?
Yeah. You ever
Terrible.
played with someone just quietly on that note where you just fucking hated them? In your
Yeah.
team?
Not that many.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not that
not-
many times. But when you do,
Oh.
like I got one real good one in mind, and he was a poison.
Yeah.
He was a parasite.
Would he be
And
listening?
you call me out, hear me out. There'll be boys who know I'm talking about him.
yeah.
Fucking hated him. Just a stain on the underwear of the side.
Yeah.
Just what's the word?
And when they cart it up and get belted, you can't help but
just
sort
a
of be half
fucking
happy about it.
loser of a bloke.
Oh, geez, I'd love to know off air who we.
One of those
Yeah.
cunts that thought he was the coach. You know, of
Jeez, you're giving some clues away. Was
Yeah.
this the Eagles?
course.
Yeah, okay.
The one and only.
I tell you what, I've had a couple of players in my time
Or headgear.
that I've started pre-season with. I've started pre-season with, and I've gone, you're an absolute knob and you're not good. But as time's grown, I've actually realised.
they're all right.
They're actually all right.
Well, that's just growing.
But and camaraderie.
Especially if they come from other clubs and stuff.
Yeah, so Lockie Galvin, their mind, it was interesting to see. I made sure I had a player cam on Galvin when the whistle blew and they won to see whether or not they'd get around him.
Yeah, did they?
Yeah, there was love.
Would have been nice if he kicked it. If he kicked the...
Oh, you would have thought. Yeah. I mean, it was weird when they popped it back to Luai and then he went back to Dewey.
Yeah.
And look, do you know what blows my mind with rugby league players? And I know there's not much between the years. Sometimes they'll kick the field goal for the sake of it, and they would know full well they're going to get charged down.
Yeah.
Like Dewey, in that instance, he had no time whatsoever. It was like tackle 3 or 4. You just don't need to kick it for the sake of kicking it, brother.
Was that when Luai passed to him?
Luai passed it to him.
I thought Luai had substantial time.
He did. But why does Dewey feel the need to just be blowed
I know what you mean. They're right in his face. It's
sometimes know full well, and it's like, what do you think the media's going to come at you that you didn't have a crack? It's like you're going to get fucked over for having a crack for doing something stupid.
Do you know what I reckon? What a very underrated play is. Matt Rogers did it one time. Yeah. So at dummy half, when you pass it back, the two markers are obviously the closest to the where to be able to charge it down. So. Say the kicker is on the right of you, or say maybe on the left, because say you're a right footer. So you're passing back over your left hand shoulder to the person in the pocket to do the field goal.
Yeah.
You dummy it, slot it over with your right foot,
I
right
have
in
no
front.
idea why no one else does it.
Because the two markers, are going to be offside. Probably the ref ain't calling it, and their sights are on that guy. Just you know what I mean?
Especially the one from 10 out, because you just got to dink it over.
Exactly.
And you know that those two guys who are trying to charge the ball down are going to leave their feet, so they're in the air, but they can't do anything.
You watch it happen this year. Someone will listen and do it.
Well, and any smart shareholder, and there's that many out there, it blows my mind. Someone will have the stunt, and if it's 4th grade, do it.
Yeah, do it. Let us know.
Doesn't matter what grade.
Send it to us.
Send it through. I want to see some champagne field goal kicking. But look, hell of a round of rugby league.
Yeah.
Honestly, hell of a round. Bit of a moving week.
Yeah.
We saw some reality.
I thought it was an easy tipping week. I was good until the Panthers Manly game, and then obviously Sharks and.
So you tipped the Panthers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've just ear-bashed how shit they are.
Well, I thought they'd beat Manly.
Sorry, gents. I've just gone because I knew it was good. Terrell May's stats from yesterday.
Terrell May's
are fucking outrageous. He played the lot.
He played 80 minutes.
Yep. He made 42 tackles, 29 hit-ups for 224 metres.
That's
nuts.
You know,
is he a blue?
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's a blue. He's co-leading the Dally M with guess who?
Jai Gray.
Guess who?
Payne Haas, baby.
Guess who?
Payne?
Guess who? You blokes
Jamal
got
Foggy.
no idea. William Kennedy.
Oh,
leave me right out of
well,
if he wins a Dally M, I'll streak. I'll run nude up Caxton Street if Will Kennedy wins a fucking Dally M.
I'm telling you right now, Pitt, William Kennedy after 8 or 9 rounds of Telstra National Rugby League.
Vote for Kennedy. You're kidding me.
I tell you what, you want to talk about a good front row pack, Tyrell May and Payne Haas.
Yeah,
Tyrrell.
that's scary.
It's going to be tough.
Oh, that's a good pack, but if I know any team that'll fucking take him head on, it's our mighty Queenslanders.
Well, the only reason I brought up Origin, I know it is still a month away, but I did actually, I wanted to talk about this today. Do you ever go on your... there's a website where if you just type it in, it's a QRL website, Queensland Origin eligible players, and it's just a list of each team. You get it up now, Trell, have a look and refer to it. It's a list of all the Queensland, people who can play for Queensland for the Maroons, and it is eye-opening who is a Queenslander, and I just look at it and I think, fuck, that'd be handy. That could be that could be something.
They're all good blokes north of the border, aren't they?
Even if they play south of it, Jai Gray's a Queenslander,
right? Yeah,
Jaden Campbell's a Queenslander.
Well, you'd expect.
Jamal Fogarty,
Yeah.
Trindle. Like, look at it. Like, there's some real weird ones on there.
Yeah, I
Like-
get that. That DCE mail. So, can you give the shareholders a time frame as to when
Nah.
him and Politis will sign the? It's a goddamn shame he wants to go down that path.
It's the Cronk path. It's the Cooper
It's-
Cronk
it's-
path.
yeah, it's
who, when I was talking to said person today, he he brought up a good point. Don't you reckon Cooper Cronk would be the shittest bloke to have a beer with?
Gee whiz. I hope we don't have Cooper
Like, he
on
wouldn't
our
be a
fucking
fun
guest
guy to
list
have a beer
anytime
with,
soon.
and he'd just be full of analysis and fucking.
He's pretty top to bottom, isn't he?
What you see is what you get.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
I
I
don't
don't know. I feel like sometimes those fellas are pretty. Once you get them on the sauce, they're pretty wild.
What I would say, because I was watching Super Saturday on Foxtel or KO, you name it, Cooper trying to be funny, like he was trying to
That's
give
what I
digs
mean.
to Cameron Munster.
That's what I mean. Like,
And-
would he be one of those blokes that you started off in your team and you're like, fuck, he's a weirdo,
I mean, I
but
hope
then you
he's-
realise that he's like maybe an immortal?
I
and you
hope
get around
he's
him?
not listening, because I'd love to have Cooper on the couch.
I'd love to have half the people you've ear bashed. Love to have.
Well, all the people.
Gutho.
love to have.
CT7.
Yeah.
Fucking hell! I
And
thought.
of course Jerome.
Yeah, well, and all the people in Mount Druitt, of course. Don't forget them. What I will say is and thank God this didn't go to air, and this is why I fucking can't stand King Gutherson. I thought he was the kind of bloke that I heard from everyone that, oh yeah, King Gutho this, King Gutho that, and so for once in my life, I was like, Gutho's going to score a try on Anzac Day. He's going to show respect to the Diggers, and what do you know? I was right once again. Gutho has no respect for the Diggers and is still shithouse.
Is Gutho in top 5 Dally M right now? I think he is.
Bullshit.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
tell you
just
what,
the
if he's
dumbest-
going to run nude, if William Kennedy wins the Dally M, I'll dead set run
The-
nude through fucking Mount Druitt.
The Dragons-
If King Gutherson wins the Dally
The
M.
Dragons will finish higher than the Rabbitohs. Just keep that in mind, bro.
I don't know. I mean, they're going to miss I honestly, King Gutho, I've never seen someone get knighted for being shit like King Gutho has.
He's not even bad. Like, he's not. Like, you
Mate.
need to put some respect on Gutho.
I don't know if we can have this
He
discussion.
captains.
No,
he
we
captains
can't.
the Dragons. Like,
Yeah, but the Dragons are a really bad rugby league side.
They're better than the Rabbitohs.
That'd be like saying you're good because you captain Norths.
Well, yeah, okay. And please do remind me. Please do remind me how many games you played outside of juniors.
Mate, I
Your
was.
200 plus career. You said
I'm Colts.
you didn't play Colts.
Yes, I did.
You didn't play Colts for G.
Illustrious.
You didn't
too.
play Colts for
Let him
Gs.
do a GF.
Did he
that we
play
should-
Colts for
Yes, I
Gs?
played
He played
Colts.
Colts too.
And Prem Colts. I played Prem.
that's
I played
like
Prem
third grade Colts.
I played Prem Colts 1. I actually played a bit on the sting. I was versatile in Prem Colts. You are Sully. I played Prem Colts and Colts 1 first year out.
You get Sully on the blower.
And
Fucking
then we decided to put together one of the greatest Colts 2 teams this fucking city's ever seen, which
mate,
was
putting a Colts 2 side together that plays at 8 a.m. is no feat.
You'd actually be surprised how hard it was.
Yeah, to rock up because you're fucking hungover
Yeah,
and
the
play
Thursday
and play,
lineup.
and play the Logan fucking brothers
Hey.
D grade side that.
None of us had slept running in. It was just hard enough getting to the game, let alone playing the
Oh,
game.
your hero.
Yeah, I know.
If you're gonna chat shit, you got to be able to fucking.
Mate, I don't know
have
what you
some-
want.
have some-
I'm on the
have
honour
some
board
legs to
down
stand
at
up.
Yoku Road.
For juniors, you.
And seniors.
Can you actually explain to the shareholders why there was no potty on Tuesday last week?
Yeah, absolutely I can.
Because you decided that
I-
dinner was more important.
I had a dinner at the casino with a bunch of blokes,
Yeah. Oh,
right?
yeah.
In which we also took our talons upstairs to the rooftop for a couple of cold sherbets, and then we had a crack at the tables for a bit of fun on a Tuesday, and then the equipment
Hey.
wasn't here.
Shareholders, if you can, it was here on Tuesday.
Yeah, but I had a dinner.
Well, if you can live with yourself, I've had people asking me what the go was.
I had a mate.
If you can justify that and live with yourself and sleep,
if you want more
then
detail,
let the shareholders.
righto,
you tell
big
you tell
unit.
that to the
I'll
shareholders.
tell you this much: I had a dinner.
Big unit.
I had a dinner for one of my good mates who's
Oh, he's
moving
leaving.
to LA.
Yeah, sick, dude.
All right.
Go
Now,
wake him off on
shareholders,
Wednesday.
I'm going to give you 2 times energy this week if you can't already tell. I'm a little fired up for you lot.
He's got a bit of saliva on his mouth.
Well,
He's gagging.
There's been plenty of that
He's
on
gagging your mate fucking at the cast.
Oh, don't go there, Samuel. Zip
right,
it.
well,
dude.
Reds with a big win.
I was going to
with a
say
big
Reds.
win.
Reds with a great win.
Did we like the jersey?
It looked like a very generic one, like a generic
Well,
Anzac Day type.
Like AI made it.
Yeah, like the West Tigers one from a few years ago. I think it was the same image.
Sometimes what I
They got
feel
a
with
fucking-
Anzac Day round is, and I loved where they were trying to get, but sometimes you don't need to do too much.
Less is more, baby.
Less is more unless we forget.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Clip that
baby.
shit.
Hey, shareholders, like I said, I'm up and about. Now, the Broncos, and this is why they ran such a clinic, they had such a subtle touch. I don't know if you saw this.
The Broncos?
The Broncos.
We're back to the Bronx.
Well, just for the Reds, just for a little insight, they had just a same
name?
jersey, just a name.
Yeah.
Just a lost digger.
Like
All
it.
right? And they played for that name on the jersey.
Quickly, who was the team they had names on the back?
The
that the-
Broncos.
That was the Broncos.
Was it the Bronx?
It's because
Wasn't it last week though?
That
was
was,
Yeah,
yeah,
well, we didn't do a
Peanut.
pod,
That was
did we?
because it was in New Zealand.
So we
because-
didn't do a pod that week.
Yeah, yeah. That
Forgot
was
about
because they couldn't, they don't have gambling sponsors in New Zealand. Just
Ah,
that's
good.
That's exactly
Fair enough.
why, yeah.
That's
yeah.
good. We would have been
back
good
to
insight last week,
Yeah,
but we
yeah, and
moved on.
happy to go back, shareholders. Happy to go
Do we
back.
want to talk about that game?
No, well, no.
No.
Let's
Okay.
talk Reds because we are Red.
They were pretty good. Like they were pretty good. Big Wilso's out with his broken arm. He's fucked.
Fuck Wilson.
He's not played for 2 weeks or so. Tommy Liner
He was good.
he's
Yeah,
got to be the 10 for
He's
the
a
Wallabies.
walk-up 10 for the Cadbury Wallabies.
Daugunu was out. I don't know where he might have been on the bench actually, but he didn't start. They had a fella Dr. Dre playing number 13.
He's been
Paisami
playing
was
13 for a bit.
back at 12, and
Yeah,
they're
good.
a formidable centre pairing with Fluke out.
How about our boy Fraser?
Played well.
Played real well.
Not up to Fraser standard,
Of
not up to
course.
Franger standard.
Franger.
7.5 out of 10, I
Good.
reckon, standard.
Good.
But Jock Campbell played real well at fullback. He was back.
Actually, funnily enough, I ran into Franger and the boys last Sunday,
Nice.
and they were quick to
At
tell
Sixers?
at the QA.
Right.
And
Across the road.
I ran into him, and I started getting. This was after they lost to. Was it
Samuel, this was weeks ago, buddy. You already told this. You already told
right?
this story
Well,
on this podcast.
shareholders, keep going.
Keep going. Keep going.
Sorry. Is there an echo in here?
It's his nose. His nose is a big canyon.
Oh shit!
That was weeks ago.
Was it? It
Have you
felt
told the
like
story?
last week. Did I tell the story?
Yes, you told the story.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Or
No,
did I
tell
just
it.
tell you in the kitchen?
Tell
you
it.
told everyone on this podcast.
Yeah,
Tell
you
it.
can.
Tell it again.
No, I don't want to tell it again.
Well, you can't for
We'll
the
clip
show.
it. We'll clip both. and-
No. See which one was told better. What was the score of the mighty We Are Reds?
What was it? The Blues came back a bit in the end.
32-17.
Yeah, it was wet as all fuck the game too.
35-21.
Good win by the Reds. They needed that.
Yeah.
Because the season was... And the talk is Les Kiss is pretty much... Is it almost...
Is he going to be the Wallabies?
Yeah,
it-
they
is he
just
gonna be
haven't
the-
announced
Oh,
it
that's-
yet, but that's the report.
I believe it's as good as fucking me backing a winner on a Saturday. That
So
Les
he's the
Kiss
Wallabies
is-
coach.
He's going to be the Wallabies coach.
That's good for Australian rugby, but man, the Reds, like 1 year with him. Imagine what he could have done with 3.
They got a good cattle, but good bunch of cattle.
Got to go to Fiji on Saturday, which is
Yeah.
always tough.
Tough road trip
we
because
haven't-
you know you're drinking Carver and you're not sure if it's before or after the game.
We haven't played them yet. We play them in I think that's one of the last games we play at Suncorp too.
Who's that?
The Drua, Fiji Drua.
Yeah, we played
them
this-
twice
what a
in
weird
4
run home
weeks.
here, Sauce.
Yeah.
We've got Fiji away, Tars away, Brumbies away.
Three aways in a
Yeah,
row.
and then 2 Reds.
a
Unless
bit
one of
crude.
those is, are they doing the Super Round this year?
Oh,
Nah,
fuck, I
there's no
tell you
Super Rounds
what.
here.
Wouldn't have thought so.
I wouldn't have thought so. Are we?
Then we got
Is
the
it?
Canes and the Drua.
And
to
the Drua
finish
to
it.
So we still got about
Suncorp.
7 games left.
5 if you counted.
5 if you're counting.
5.
I went to the Reds watch party with Wilso last year against the Drua at the Jubilee. Proud partner of Queensland Reds, and tough outing in Fiji.
We have a game in hand too. So all the teams have played 10 games, and we've only played 9 with the Waratahs.
Right.
We're sitting on 27 points. Brumbies on 29. They would have got some bonus points. Crusaders, who started this season shithouse, they're always up there at 37, tied with the Chiefs on 37. So we really want the top 2 spot, which it's going to be tough now, seeing the Chiefs and the Crusaders lose. But top 4 will do. We'll get a home semi. You know,
I've got whispers, and this is from a shareholder inside the 4 walls of the Crusaders, but there's talk that our boy Jock,
he's killing it.
He might be wearing a Wallabies jersey in the British and Irish Lions tour.
Well,
now watch this space.
Fucking oath. Well, I forgot about him because he's wow.
Watch this. Now he has a good track record. He's done the British and Irish Lions tour before.
I reckon he was pissed.
He missed that kick, remember? Didn't he have a kick against the British and Irish Lions, I think, on the
12
Hooter?
Years ago, yeah.
12 years ago. See, that's the sort of memory you get.
I
with
reckon
me.
he was at school 12 years ago.
No, he wasn't. I finished in 2012.
Who's this?
James O'Connor.
Oh, I thought you said Jock Campbell.
No, you peanut.
James O'Connor.
Jock. The great Jock. So look, watch this space. I'd be. I'll tell you this much. I'm almost going to tell you right now. He might be a certainty to be in the 23.
I think he'll wear 23.
Yeah, I don't think he'll start, but I'd have him as a backup.
He'd 100%.
He can play the whole back line.
He could. He except halfback, because that's a specialist position, of course, that takes a special player.
There's going to be a lot of Reds players in that side. I'll tell you that.
Well, and I mean, if they're on the top of the Australian conference, so there should
Brumbies
be.
are.
How's our boy? Brumbies are on top.
Yeah,
for Australia.
How's that happen?
Because they've gone and
You
won.
They've also-
morons
just
were
keep in
telling
mind they
me
do
how
have a-
shit they were going.
Just keep in mind they've got a game ahead of us. We've got a game in hand.
Right.
So
well, I'll keep that in mind, but I'm not impressed.
we need to beat the Drua both times. Probably need to win 4 of our last 5 to be confirm top 4 and maybe top 2. Which
What
would be
is
great.
it? Is it 6? Top 6?
I think it's top 6. Yeah, I think
How's Suoliti going?
he's killing it.
Good.
Or I don't know how he went
Fuck,
the
that
last
fires
round,
me
but
up.
the week before he killed it.
Yeah.
Like very well.
Good.
Yeah.
Anything from the AFL, Samuel?
AFL was great. I mean, what a sport! You want to talk about about a code that does Anzac round right,
Yeah.
and this is no dig whatsoever on the NRL. But you go to Richmond versus the D's on Thursday night, and let me tell you, the Broncos, that was just running rugby at its finest. But the pre-game that the AFL do with Richmond versus the Melbourne Demons is as good as you'll get. Now, you get that in a great code like the AFL. It was a big win by the D's. Richmond, look, they've had a lot of...
The Japanese League One rugby is more exciting.
Well, can I shut up for a second? Now, the...
Balance Tafare. Did you see him?
I saw that.
Did you see Balance Tafare?
That was so
bump
fucking
Jesse
good.
Krill. Cunt ran 100 metres and fucking beat half the team.
Did those guys not have arms the way they tried to tackle him?
I don't know.
Mate, they made him look like dead set Mal Meninga.
I was going to say something I probably can't retract.
No, you can't.
I was going to say, is he a smoky for a Wallabies jersey?
No, it's not.
Fuck it. If he's bumping off Jesse Krill.
Mate, he bumps one guy.
Yeah, he's a Kiwi. He's Kiwi as
And they also can't play from the Jap League.
Okay, anyway, before you...
I'd pick him.
You wouldn't know what to
Just
fucking
sign him
pick.
up.
Anyway, big win by Collingwood in front of the 6th biggest Anzac Day crowd. Fun fact for you there, Pitt. We don't need you when I'm pulling those sort of statistics. Over 92,000.
I love a good statistic.
92,000 in the house, but that's just what you get with AFL.
Well, when you have that capacity.
Well, you get ANZ Stadium.
What did the Dogs at?
They did it
65
They did it once in 30 years. Anyway, huge win by Collingwood. Still side bottom, winning the Anzac Day medalist at a stupid age. Just shows you he's still got it.
Do you want me to pump your tyres up a bit? When I did go to the Lions versus Collingwood game where they lost and they played shithouse, I got to say going to the game is a lot better. And I said this the other week, it was like a lot better to watch how far they run. Fuck their athletes.
Oh.
Like some of the the distances they run and the pace at which they do, it's
Insane.
impressive. It's impressive.
In saying that, while you're wanting to get impressed, Jack Cripps from the Collingwood
Big
Magpies just broke the record for most consecutive games.
Cripsy.
I'll buy you a fucking beer at the Caco if you get it right.
How many games has he played?
He's played over 300, I believe. Jack Cripps.
Is it over 2?
Or Cripps.
It's over 200, Berto?
It's over 200.
Yeah, I'm going to say 264.
Wow, this is
245, I believe.
244.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fucking.
Now, just think about that. To play that consecutively,
Yeah, that's nuts.
that is insane. Now, if you
Yeah.
want to know who my legend of the week is, congratulations.
Have you-
that is like, seriously, these guys are running a ridiculous amount. The physicality of the sport.
Get the guy on the other level in the NBA who's trying to break the record, and I think he's like, he might have broken it. I saw this a week or two ago.
Oh, Mikal Bridges.
Yeah,
he went on
and fucking
Yeah.
did the tip,
Fucking
and then they called
spare me.
timeout. So and then he walks off, so he gets most starts or most games
Holy
played.
shit!
It's an insane amount
He's
of
played
games.
556 straight.
Yeah, but look at that. That peanut's going on for a tip-off, and then they're called.
Yeah,
Our boy,
it ain't comparing.
and this is why Australia just know how to fucking do it
Yeah.
compared to the Yanks, man.
Yeah.
You think Jack's coming on for a centre bounce and then coming straight off? Fuck no. He's playing 4 quarters and he's
Yeah.
running 20K and he's having 25 disposals and he's probably kicking a fucking snag from the pocket.
The Pies played very well that week. I did watch it when they played.
The Lions.
That was a
That was
shit of a week
impressive.
actually for me because the Storm. I was tipping the Storm when they lost the Dolphins the day after.
Yeah, that
on
was
Good
fun.
Friday here. That was crazy going back then. But
Yeah, don't
the
go
Lions
back.
could not kick straight.
Yeah, well, look,
Like they beat the fuckers on the weekend.
They beat St Kilda. I wouldn't say it was an amazing win, but it was good to see him get some consistencies back.
Lockie Neal played well.
He played outstandingly well. Tell you who, there was 2 big wins from the weekend. Carlton beating Geelong.
Yeah, I saw that.
Massive for the Baggers.
Yeah,
Massive.
Bossy.
Vossi's
Vossi
back
keeps
on
his
track.
job.
They're believing in the fucking Lion boy. Big win by the Blues.
Lion boy.
And big win by my Gold Coast Suns, who I've got making top 8.
How many teams you got?
No, well, when I say
How'd the Hawks go?
Hawkies won by 50 and we weren't even happy. Just to give you a set of
Didn't
standards.
you lose last week? The week
Oh,
before?
that was one of the greatest games I've watched this year. And fuck, I tell you what, you want to talk about? You're lucky we didn't do a podcast last week because that Easter Monday game between Geelong and Hawthorn takes a shit on any regular season NRL game. Besides Broncos Cowboys when there's 52,000.
I was gonna say I doubt that.
But Hawkeys win by 50 and we weren't even happy. Big win by the Suns. They beat the Swannies. They were down by about 25-30 and they showed some stones. They're just doing things that the Suns don't normally do.
Yeah, right.
And the final one of the round, the Western Bulldogs beating GWS.
Yeah, that was they got a bit of work to do, GWS, because they were talking themselves up in the week.
They were.
I saw that on the
That's
news.
a good rivalry. One of the shareholders, he knows who he is, will be happy. Port beat North Melbourne, but there's not really much to write home about that. Jason Horn-Francis.
Didn't Port beat Hawks?
No, Peanut, no. Jason Horn-Francis might have the biggest temper in the AFL.
Yeah, right. What'd he do?
He just can't control himself.
Yeah.
He's just one of those blokes. He started going off at the ref, but I mean, Port Adelaide people are like that. The fans included. They're a bit fucking loopity-loop. But I don't want to get any more fans off than I already have.
We did have a speak pipe from a shareholder a few weeks back that was talking about the Port boys winning, and I think you doubted them or said they weren't going to win that week.
Yeah, well, it was against Hawthorn and they fucking trounced us. But mate, we don't.
So they did beat him. Yeah.
Yeah, not this week. But yeah, they did.
He
beat
gave a
us.
great speak pipe.
He did. I bet you he did. Hey, NBA playoffs,
Lakers.
mate. Lakers. My boy LeBron. Now, I will cry the day he retires, and I hope it's not anytime soon, but it's getting to a point. Can I just say, Anthony Edwards might just be the face of the NBA.
He's got tickets on himself too.
Because he is honestly, like, what he does on the NBA court between those 4 lines, He has no fear for nobody, even the king. Mate, Lakers in real trouble, down 3-1. Julius Randle been playing some good ball for those Minnesota Timberwolves. Steph Curry doing Steph Curry things with no Jimmy Butler.
Big threes.
Mate, deep as fucking you can imagine. And I just don't think Houston are there yet. I just don't know if I like the Rockets. Damian Lillard got injured this morning,
I
so
think that series over.
Pacers look like they'll be moving on. Love to see the Clippers beat Denver. That looks like it's going to 7. Aaron Gordon with an alley-oop buzzer beater, which I don't know if you'll see in the next 10 years, Saucy.
What about the NFL draft, Samuel?
NFL draft. Shador Sanders, well, he was the big talking point. Mel Kiper, who's one of the biggest experts in the NFL, had him as the top prospect. And what do you know, Mel? He ended up going in the 5th round of the Cleveland Browns. So
Cleveland would have been happy with that.
Cleveland will be happy with anything.
Cleveland's got 5 fucking quarterbacks, and I tell you what'll end up happening. They've got 5 quarterbacks, and they'll still end up starting Joe Flacco, who's about 72.
He's 40 years old.
They did have Baker Mayfield at one point.
What wild story to come out of the draft today, and this is absolutely crazy. The Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator's son called Shador Sanders and said, "You got drafted in the 2nd round."
No way.
Yes way.
Real crooky
Has it been recorded?
Proper crook. So there's been a statement come out. Jax Ulbrich is his name from his dad Greg Ulrich, or Jeff Ulrich, should I say?
His name is Jax.
Jax, correct.
Oh, okay, that's even worse.
Yeah. Well, that's
Like Jackson?
You get that
Short
in
for
America.
Jackson?
I don't know what it is, mate.
Jax. What do you mean, Jack?
Denver Broncos, they had a fantastic draft class. Good teams just stay good, baby. Abdul Carter, quite funny, came out. He got drafted number 3, the Giants. Clearly doesn't understand what the purpose of when a person's jersey number gets retired. They asked him when he gets drafted what jersey number he wants, and he asked for Lawrence Taylor's number, whose number has been retired for some time. And he goes, "Brother, my jersey number's retired. Pick another number." So clearly not a lot between the years of Abdul Carter, but he loves to get a sack lunch.
Do we want to go to Magic Round?
Yeah, absolutely.
get in
My
it.
mind is just Magic Round racing right now.
Well, let's do it. I think we need to... Well, you go.
No, I'm just excited. Like I'm excited to not sleep.
Well-
Excited to pour beers.
I'll tell you what we can talk about is... If you've got a Saturday ticket to Magic Round, I feel for you, because I hope you didn't pay much money, because the quality of rugby league's as good as a Saturday afternoon at the Arana Leagues Club.
I'd have loved to have, or the Gibson for that matter, I would have loved to have had them split the games up, because the Sunday games are, as you said, fucking amazing. Titans, Dogs, Panthers, Broncos, Storm, Raiders. You're getting value for money going on that Sunday.
That's what we call the Sunday ticket at its finest.
The Sunday ticket at the Coliseum.
Oh,
If
at
I
the
can
Cauldron.
get tickets to Sunday,
Cauldron.
I'm going to come here, watch the first game, and then watch the last 2 there, because we've got public holiday next day.
Mate, and
Get full as
The Labor Day holiday is going to throw a spanner in the works for a lot of people on that Sunday.
can we make a call out to the great Andrew Abdo and PVL that the Magic Round obviously should not leave the Olympic City, but more importantly, has to be on the weekend of this public holiday?
Yeah.
Because it just allows us good punters to giddy the fuck up on a Sunday and unleash.
We usually have our seafood fest on that Sunday, which is our only thing. But there's another day for it. I'm sure we can
I'm
do that.
sure you can find
Yeah.
a way. One of the great days that's just gone missing.
What
the
are we
old seafood
going
fest.
tips wise, boys?
Well, I think we need to give the shareholders a Magic Round multi that's going to put their fucking wallets so fucking thick they can't fold them.
I reckon there's going to be a few upsets, because that last week, Magic Round, there's always upsets. Like, if you look back on it, the favourites or the teams you don't think are going to win, they fucking win. I reckon the Eels potentially could shake up the Sharks. I think the Dolphins will give it to the Chooks because it's the Artie Beats and Cup, I think.
Yeah,
they
it is
always
the
they
Artie
always
Beats and
do.
Cup.
They always play well there, and at Suncorp, I don't think they have had a bad
They'll
game
both
this
be
year.
okay games, actually.
Yeah,
Don't forget the mighty,
I-
the Women's State of Origin on Thursday
yeah.
night.
I genuinely think as well the Knights will get their first win. Have they won yet? The Knights, yeah.
Yeah, they beat
Yeah.
the Tigers.
Oh,
yeah.
No, what'd they do?
They did beat the Tigers.
They won
They did beat the
round
Tigers.
one.
They did beat the Tigers. What do you know? Shock. What a sight they are.
Oh, the Tigers must have...
Source, I need to go back to that first. Cronulla played long minutes yesterday at
Yeah.
Leichhardt. They got a semi-short turnaround. Para were humming in that last game. That
Yeah.
$2.70
It's looking pretty nice. Yeah.
Since you guys... Oh, well, I guess... Is Mitchell Moses back?
He's
Yeah,
fucking
he's well and
back.
truly back.
And he had a blinded, didn't
He
he?
carved him up.
Yeah, 4 or 5 tries.
That's my first. That's
Yeah.
my leg.
I
Unless
tell
you
you
want it,
what.
Sauce.
You can take it because I'm going to take another one.
Yeah.
Gents,
What are the Titans with the line?
Can I give you John Schluter's weather report?
geez,
Doesn't
that's
look
risky.
good, by the way.
Oh,
Fuck, it just doesn't stop raining
Don't
here, man.
every game day, bro.
I'm telling you,
Don't
gents,
even
now,
at me with
they
this.
don't call me Johnny Schluter
Friday,
for
there's
nothing.
storms.
Now, look, talk is from the people inside
fuck's sake.
the Bureau of Meteorology that, look, just some scattered showers.
It has rained
Okay?
every weekend.
It's going to
this year.
take a
Like,
serious shareholder to step up to stop this rain,
last-
but I know there's a bit in there.
fuck me. The last who Mother Nature is. Mother Nature is shit.
I don't know where you're seeing this.
Look, it's light rain.
I've got 55%.
I don't want it to. I
sunshine
don't
all
want
week.
it to affect the punters. All I'm saying is we should all back the overs for Magic Round total points.
Oh,
It's
the
always
total
one of the.
yeah, right.
It's always one of the great bets because everyone wants to see points. Now, I'm just looking at the total points for all games.
I'll take Broncos 13 plus.
Actually, you know what? Why don't we go against the grain and we'll back unders every
Nah,
game?
because that's pussy dick shit.
Yeah, no.
Well, pussy dick shit, I'm in.
Give me a leg, Samuel. Samuel, I need a leg.
I'm backing the unders every game.
No,
You need a game.
Oh, you want me
Throwing
to
a
give
game.
you? Well, what? So
Fucking
what are your ones?
So Source has got Bronx 13 plus at 330, which is ridiculous.
That is.
Parramatta, I've got head to head against the Sharks.
Which I love. I do love that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Look, what I'll
this is
give
going to
you.
be juicy if you don't fuck this up.
I reckon the Storm Raiders game is also like I could take the Raiders happily in that game and not bat an
The
eyelid.
Storm's record at Suncorp's got to be scary. For
Oh, mate.
I don't think they've lost here in like.
Mate,
I'm
are
taking
you
a
kidding
decade.
me? I'd be taking Storm 13 plus in that. If
I'm
you
taking
want it.
every away side this week,
All right,
and that includes the Knights against the
Well, you're
Rabbitohs.
an idiot.
Beat, give me a.
Oh, look,
Latrell's
give me a
out.
leg.
I'll tell you right now. Give me Cowboys 1-12 against the Wars.
So that,
I don't mind that.
geez, that's going to give us something.
I don't mind that from you, Birdo.
26-63.
I'll tell you what, and I can't believe I'm saying this.
We'll share that. We'll share that straight away too.
Yeah, share
'Cause
that.
that'll come in
that-
once this gets released
That
in the
will
morning.
get absolutely creamed
So
by the
we're
good
going-
punters.
Para Cows 1-12.
Cows 1-12 in what should be
That'll be a cracking game.
seesawing.
The
affair.
Broncos will fucking bend over. They'll pull the pants down of the Panthers and smack them on the ass and say, "Come to daddy. You're in fucking town. You're in Red Hill, bitch." And take it.
Well, you're-
take that 13 plus.
You're in Milton, but because
close.
you're
We're in
close
Red Hill.
enough.
We're in Red Hill territory.
And that's right. I mean, while we're
not in
buying
that Druid.
while we're buying property, we could probably buy Mount Druitt for a good price too. So
Have you got a knob of the week?
yes, do have a knob of the week. And look, I wanted to touch on this because it's. I kind of did touch on it. That Jax Ulrich kid who fucking prank called Shador
Yeah,
Sanders.
yeah.
Like, mate, this is dreams come true. Now, it's great that, you know, Shador thinks he's legendary even though he gets picked in the 5th round, but we've seen Tom Brady get picked fucking deep in the thingy. But, brother, you've got your 5 seconds of fame. Now, fuck off. You can't be prank calling. Like, I do kind of find it funny, but you're also a knob because your name's Jax, J-A-X.
J-A-X is
So
crazy.
congratulations. You are a certified knob, Jackson. I know you're listening. Hey, gents, feel like there's a bit of good energy this week.
Yeah, keep that energy away from the fucking... thrust that energy into the sky and fuck off this storm.
And when you're
If
at
there
the
is one.
Caco and
Say
you're a
g'day.
fucking shareholder, you might see us running around.
Yeah.
I'll be in a foul mood.
You'll
but
be in a
just say
shit
g'day.
mood. If you see me, I'll be absolutely flying.
Klutzy wants to sleep here on Saturday night.
That would be very funny.
Do you want to join him on the couch?
Oh.
He's not sleeping on this couch, I've told
Fuck,
him, because he'll be
bro.
all
No, he can't
sweaty.
see, he can sleep over
he can
there.
sleep on that. He'd be farting and
Fuck
not
sleeping
showering and
beside
stinking
that
and shit.
fucking stinking looking
I said you'll
Shout
get
out to
3
you,
hours sleep.
Klutz.
Yeah, shit.
I've
Glad
told him. I said he's not stinking on it and fucking.
And
Yes or no? You sleeping in?
No, not with that fucking hairy asshole.
You don't have to cuddle him. Like,
No, I don't want. I couldn't even be the vicinity. Hey, and while we're there, the Great Warner Ball.
the bull.
The Bulls
Next couple of days.
starts tomorrow. Shareholders, and
Who's the guy?
you'd be lying.
McIntyre.
I'd be lying if you didn't think I was having a nibble at the Bull over the next few
Well,
days.
why don't
So gamble was
you do the form and we'll get some content.
Yes.
We'll get a best of the day for the next 3 days.
we'll give you a 3-legger.
Nah. I reckon we give him one. Well, yeah.
Yeah, we'll give him a 3-legger at the Bull. Not easy to back a winner at the Bull,
Can you do it though?
but
Very difficult.
if there's anyone
Follow the
that,
money.
if anyone that can, and normally you want something that swims at the Bull.
goes the bull.
Or something that's trained there.
How bloody good is the Bull? I tell you what, shareholders, you'll get a good price.
How many days in the year?
What? 352.
That might be the end of the pod.
How many days are in the year?
365.
Good
Atta
good
boy.
job.
I don't know why I always get caught with 350. It's because 52 weeks, you know, and there's 300. I don't know. Fuck me.
There's 300 what?
Well, I don't know. There's a 3 at the start, so I know there's a 3 at the start, but then there's 52 weeks. It's
How many months in the year? Surely.
12.
Yeah, fuck. We would have been in trouble then.
And how many winners can I back this weekend? A shitload.
Shareholders, welcome to Magic Round, baby.
Let's
2025. Magic Week.
Where's the Queensland spirit now?
Fuck. Can't get it right, man.
How do you not know? It's a tongue twister. It's grade 2 knowledge.